A government website just released a collection of old FBI UFO files. At first, I assumed it would just be a few boring documents. But once I started reading through them, things got weird fast. Flying saucer conventions, letters sent directly to the FBI, organizations dedicated entirely to UFO sightings, and newspaper headlines claiming flying saucers were real. And yes, these are authentic government records. The files were released through war.gov and contain documents connected to UFO reports and flying saucer organizations from the 1960s. Most people imagine UFO culture as a modern internet phenomenon. But decades ago, Americans were already obsessed. Reports of strange objects in the sky were appearing all across the country. Some people believed they were secret military aircraft. Others believed they were something far stranger. And eventually, entire organizations formed around the idea. One of the strangest parts of the files involves a group called the Amalgamated Flying Saucer Clubs of America. The organization held conventions, published newsletters, and collected reports from people who claimed to witness UFOs. One flyer advertised an enormous flying saucer convention in Reno, Nevada. The event promised discussions about unexplained aerial sightings, extraterrestrial theories, and supposed evidence hidden from the public. Looking at the flyer today, it almost feels fake. But these events were very real, and thousands of people took them seriously. By the 1960s, UFO fever had spread across America. Newspapers constantly reported sightings of glowing objects moving silently through the night sky. Some reports claimed military radar tracked unidentified craft. Others described objects moving at impossible speeds. And some witnesses included police officers, pilots, and military personnel. Whether the sightings were real or not, millions of Americans became convinced something unexplained was happening above them, and the media fed directly into the fear. But what's really strange is how normal all of this seemed at the time. These weren't hidden conversations happening in dark basements. The stories were printed in newspapers. People openly discussed UFO sightings at conventions and magazines, and even on radio shows. Some witnesses claimed the objects moved silently. Others described glowing discs hovering over highways, neighborhoods, and military areas. And the more reports appeared, the more Americans started watching the skies themselves. By the mid-1960s, flying saucers had become part of American culture. Not just as science fiction, but as something many people genuinely believed could be real. Then there's this page. Flying saucers are real, printed like a completely normal advertisement. No irony, no joke, just a direct statement. That's what makes these files so fascinating, not because they prove aliens existed, but because they show how seriously people treated the phenomenon. Entire magazines, organizations, and conventions were built around the idea that extraterrestrials were already visiting Earth. The biggest question is simple. Why was the FBI keeping files on all of this? The documents suggest the government monitored flying saucer organizations, tracked communications, and archived reports connected to UFO activity. The files don't confirm alien life, but they do confirm something important. The government considered the UFO phenomenon significant enough to document. Maybe it was mass hysteria. Maybe it was Cold War paranoia. Or maybe people really were seeing something unexplained. Either way, these files are real, and they were just released to the public. Sounds fake? Go ahead, Google it.